Hello, and welcome back to What IFF History, the channel where we don't just talk about the past or a potential future, we throw you right into the middle of it. You've watched the shows, you've played the games, you've sat on your comfortable couch, munching on snacks, and yelled at the screen, "Don't go in there, you idiot!" You've confidently told your friends that you, unlike those doomed characters, would know exactly what to do. You'd be a survivor, a leader, a Rick Grimes, a Daryl Dixon, a Carol Pelletier. But would you? Really? Tonight, we're not just asking the question. We're going to make you live it. We're stripping away the plot armor, the convenient supply finds, and the dramatic monologues. We're plunging you headfirst into the gritty, smelly, terrifying reality of the world of The Walking Dead, starting from the moment the world ends. Forget everything you think you know. Your survival clock starts now. Main story. Congratulations, you've just woken up. It's a normal Tuesday morning. The sun is filtering through your blinds. Your alarm is about to go off. And the biggest concern on your mind is that presentation you have at work at 10 a.m. or that exam you haven't quite studied enough for. You roll over, grab your phone. No signal. Strange. You try the Wi-Fi. It's down. Annoying, but not world-ending. You switch on the TV as you get dressed. Static on every channel, except for one, which shows a hastily printed emergency broadcast screen with text that is too garbled to read. You hear sirens in the distance, a lot of them. More than usual. There's a frantic energy in the air, a tension that hums just beneath the surface of your normal morning routine. You look out of the window and see your neighbor, Mrs. Gable, stumbling across her lawn. It looks like she's drunk. She falls, gets up, and continues her slow, shambling walk down the middle of the street, ignoring the cars swerving around her. Then you see it. A dark, unnatural stain spreading across the back of her floral dress. This is it, the beginning, and you've already made your first mistake. You're watching. You're trying to understand. You're assuming the old rules still apply. They don't. Your chance of survival has already plummeted because you wasted precious minutes in disbelief. Challenge 1. The first 24 hours. The cacophony of collapse. Your first real test isn't a zombie or a walker, as they'll come to be known. It's information overload and societal breakdown. Your phone is a brick. The internet is a ghost. The authorities you've been taught to rely on your entire life are either gone or completely overwhelmed. You try calling 911. A busy signal. Again. And again. The comforting structure of your world has evaporated in the span of a single hour. Panic begins to set in. It's a cold, sharp feeling in your gut. Your mind is racing, but not with clear, survival-oriented thoughts. It's a maelstrom of confusion. Is this a terrorist attack? A new virus? A prank? Every theory is more comforting than the truth your eyes are telling you. You need a plan. What's the first thing you do? Lock the doors? Of course. But what's next? You think about your go bag, the one you ironically talked about packing after watching a zombie movie last year. It's still just an idea, a list on your notes app. You have nothing prepared. So you do what everyone else is doing. You rush to the store. The streets are chaos. Not the explosive Hollywood kind of chaos, but a desperate, ugly, traffic-jammed chaos. People are shouting. Cars are abandoned. You finally get to the supermarket, and it's a war zone. The romance of the looting run dies here. It's not a fun shopping spree. It's a shoving, screaming, violent scrum of terrified people grabbing anything they can. A man punches a woman for the last case of bottled water. The shelves are stripped bare in minutes. You manage to grab a few cans of beans, a dented box of crackers, and a bottle of soda before someone shoves you out of the way. As you stumble back to your car, you see it for the first time up close. A security guard at the store entrance is trying to hold back a frantic man. The man isn't shouting, he's groaning. He bites the guard's arm. The guard screams, a sound you will never forget, and the crowd scatters. The walker, formerly a man, doesn't even flinch as the guard pulls out his gun and fires a shot into its chest. And another. It just keeps coming. You don't stay to watch the end. You run. Your heart is a drum against your ribs. This is real. It's all real. You make it home and lock the door, your back sliding down against it as you gasp for air. You have a handful of supplies that will last maybe 2 days. The sirens have stopped. An eerie silence is falling over the city, punctuated by distant screams and the occasional gunshot. The power grid flickers. Once, twice, then goes out for good. You are now in the dark, alone, with the sounds of the world ending outside your window. Most people don't make it past this first day. They die in the chaos, they get bitten out of confusion, or they freeze, unable to process the new reality. But you survived. For now. Challenge 2. The first week. The Siege of Thirst and Filth. You've survived the initial outbreak. You're boarded up in your house or apartment. You feel a small, dangerous flicker of pride. You're smarter than them. You stayed put. But the house you once saw as a sanctuary is now your cage, and it's a cage that is rapidly running out of resources. The first thing you notice isn't the hunger, it's the thirst. You drank your soda on the first day. The bottled water you have is gone by day 3. You remember the advice, fill up your bathtub. You race to the bathroom and turn the tap. A gurgle. A sputter of brown water. Then nothing. The water treatment plants have failed. You are now facing one of humanity's oldest and most relentless enemies, dehydration. After just 1 day without water, your cognitive function will decline. You'll become irritable, slow. By day 3, you could be facing severe health issues, even death. Your world shrinks to a single, desperate thought. Water. And what about the toilet? It doesn't flush anymore. Within a day, the smell becomes unbearable. You have to designate a corner for waste. Your home, your clean, comfortable home, starts to smell like a medieval sewer. This isn't just unpleasant, it's deadly. Poor sanitation is how diseases like cholera and dysentery wipe out populations. A simple stomach bug, with no access to clean water or medicine, can kill you through dehydration just as surely as a walker's bite. The hunger comes next. Those cans of beans are a godsend. But you have no can opener. You spend an hour smashing one open with a hammer, mangling the can and getting tiny metal shards in your food. You eat the cold beans greedily. It is the best meal you have ever had, but there are only a few cans left. You start rationing. Half a can a day. The hunger is a constant, gnawing ache in your belly. It makes you weak, dizzy. And then there's the noise. The constant, low-level groaning from the street. It's a sound that seeps into your bones, a permanent soundtrack to your new life. You can't sleep. Every creak of the house, every rustle of the wind makes you jump. Is it one of them? Did they see you? Can they smell you? By the end of the first week, you are not a hero in the making. You are a starving, dehydrated, sleep-deprived animal, trapped in a cage that is getting smaller by the hour. The romantic notion of holding down the fort has been replaced by the grim reality of slowly starving in your own filth. The need to leave, to scavenge, becomes not a choice, but an imperative. And that is where the real danger begins. Challenge 3. The first scavenging run, a world of ghosts and echoes. You have to go out. The decision is born of pure desperation. You spend hours planning. What do you take? A backpack, but what's in it? You grab the heaviest kitchen knife you own. It feels clumsy and stupid. You're not a warrior. You're an accountant, a student, a barista. You have no skills for this. You open your door. The silence is the first thing that hits you. The world you knew, a world of traffic, chatter, and life, is dead. The only sound is the wind, the distant moans, and the buzzing of flies. And the smell. Oh God, the smell. It's the smell of decay on a massive scale. Rotting garbage, rotting food, and something else. Something sweet and sickly that your brain instinctively knows is rotting meat. Rotting people. Every step is a new terror. You stick to the shadows, your head on a swivel. You see them. Walkers. A few are just shambling aimlessly. One is trapped in a car, endlessly banging its head against the window. Another is crawling on the ground, its legs gone. You realize the true horror. They don't stop. Ever. They don't get tired. They don't feel pain. They just keep coming. Your destination is a small convenience store a few blocks away. It seems safer than the giant supermarket. The glass door is shattered. You step inside. The smell of decay is overwhelming here. Milk, meat, produce, all rotting. Flies are everywhere. The shelves have been picked over, but there might be something left. You move down an aisle, your every step sounding like a gunshot in the silence. Your heart is hammering. You find a few cans of soup, some bags of chips, gold. You're stuffing them into your backpack when you hear it. A shuffle from the back of the store. You freeze. Peeking around the shelf, you see one. A store clerk, by the looks of her uniform. Her name tag is still on. Brenda. She's trapped behind a fallen display, her legs tangled. She turns her head toward you. Her eyes are milky white. Her jaw is slack. She lets out a low, guttural groan and starts trying to pull herself free. Your training from movies and TV kicks in. Go for the head. But this isn't a movie. This is Brenda. She might have sold you a lottery ticket last week. The knife in your hand feels impossibly heavy. Can you do it? Can you walk up to what was a person and drive a blade into their skull? The sound of it, the feeling of bone cracking, the spray of... You can't. You're not a killer. You back away, slowly, silently. You grab what you can, and you leave. As you slip out the door, you hear the display crash to the ground. Brenda is free. You don't look back. You just run. You make it home, your lungs burning, and barricade the door. You have food, water, if you can find some and boil it. You survived. But something has broken inside you. You failed the test. You couldn't do what was necessary. And you know, with a chilling certainty, that the next time you might not be so lucky. The next time, your hesitation will get you killed. Challenge 4. The sickness of the body, the sickness of the soul. Months have passed. You are a different person now. The softness has been burned away by hunger and fear. You have killed. You had to. The first time was horrific. A walker got too close, and it was either its brain or your throat. You were sick for hours afterward. The 10th time, you just wiped the blade on your jeans and kept moving. You've learned things. You know which buildings are easiest to clear. You know that walkers are attracted to sound above all else. You know how to siphon gasoline, how to read a paper map, how to start a fire without a lighter. Your old life feels like a dream someone else had, but new, more insidious threats have emerged. The silent killers. You cut your hand while trying to open a can. A small, insignificant cut. In the old world, you'd put a bandage on it and forget about it. Here, it's a potential death sentence. You clean it with scavenged liquor, the sting making you cry out. You wrap it in a strip of a dirty t-shirt. You watch it every day, terrified of the red streaks of infection. You don't have antibiotics. If it gets bad, your only options are to lose the hand or die of sepsis. Then, there's your teeth. You haven't brushed properly in months. You have a toothache that has grown from a dull throb to an all-consuming agony. It's hard to eat, hard to sleep, hard to think. An abscess is forming. In the old world, a dentist would fix it in an hour. Here, your only option is to try and pull it yourself with a pair of pliers, or let the infection spread to your jaw, your blood, your brain, and the food. The endless, monotonous cycle of canned food. Beans, corn, soup, repeat. You dream of fresh fruit, of a salad. You are slowly succumbing to malnutrition. Your gums are starting to feel soft. You're tired all the time. Scurvy, a disease of old world sailors, is now a real and present danger. But the worst sickness isn't in your body. It's in your mind. The crushing loneliness. You haven't had a real conversation in months. You talk to yourself just to hear a voice. The faces of your family and friends are starting to fade. Were they real? Or are you the last person on Earth? The paranoia, is a constant companion. Every shadow could be a walker. Every distant sound could be a threat. But worse, it could be other people. And you've learned that other people are far more dangerous than the dead. You see a flicker of a campfire one night. Your first instinct is hope, community, safety. Your second, more realistic instinct is fear. Who are they? Are they like you? Or are they the kind of people who survived by taking, by killing, by becoming monsters? The dead are predictable. They just want to eat you. Humans are capable of so much worse. You stay hidden. You watch. And you realize you are more afraid of the living than you are of the dead. This is the true turning point. This is when you know your old self is gone for good. Challenge 5. The human factor. More dangerous than the dead. You finally find a group. It happens by accident. A scavenging run gone wrong, a cornered moment, and then suddenly, other people. They save you. They have a camp, a fortified farm. For the first time in over a year, you feel a flicker of hope. There are walls. There are people on watch. There is shared food, a sense of community. There are about 15 of them. A former cop named Marcus is the leader. He's pragmatic, tough. There's a former nurse, Sarah, who is their medic. A farmer, Dale, who is trying to get crops to grow. For a few weeks, it feels like a miracle. You have a role. You pull your weight. You stand watch. You go on runs. You even laugh once, a strange, rusty sound. But then, the cracks begin to show. The romance of the survivor community is a lie. It's a pressure cooker of trauma, fear, and conflicting personalities. Resources are the biggest issue. The food stores are low. Dale's crops are failing. Every scavenging run becomes more dangerous, for fewer returns. People start hoarding. You find a stash of canned fruit hidden in someone's sleeping bag. Do you tell Marcus? Do you confront the person? Or do you just remember who can't be trusted? Then there's the politics. Marcus makes a tough call to banish a member for stealing medicine. It was the right call, probably. But some people disagree. They thought the punishment was too harsh. Factions begin to form. Whispers in the dark. You have to choose a side. And choosing wrong could mean being cast out, back into the lonely hell you just escaped. The real test comes when you encounter another group. You see them on a run. They have supplies you need. They look as desperate as you are. Marcus wants to trade. His second in command, a hothead named Vince, wants to take what they have. It's us or them, he argues. That's the new law. What do? The you from the old world, the one who believed in society and cooperation, is screaming to be peaceful. But the new you, the one who has seen people killed for a can of beans, knows Vince might be right. The encounter goes badly. Words are exchanged. A gun is pulled. Shots are fired. People on both sides die. You make it back to the farm, but you're shaken. You didn't just fight off walkers. You fought and maybe killed, living, breathing, thinking people. The farm isn't a sanctuary anymore. It's a target. The other group knows where you are. They'll be back. The fear inside the walls is now greater than the fear outside. You look at the faces around your campfire. These aren't your friends. They are traumatized, heavily armed, and desperate individuals bound together by mutual need. And that bond is starting to fray. You realize the biggest threat to your survival isn't the dead walking outside the fence, but the living sitting right next to you. Challenge 6. The long road. The decay of everything years go by. You are a ghost of your former self. You've seen camps rise and fall. You've trusted people and been betrayed. You've loved people and watched them die. The world is getting quieter, emptier. The walkers are decaying, becoming slower, more fragile, but they are still there. A permanent feature of the landscape. The real problem is the decay of everything else. The canned food is gone. The labels have faded. The cans are starting to swell with botulism. Every meal is a gamble. You have to hunt, to farm, to forage. But you don't know how. You've never grown anything but a houseplant. You've never gutted an animal. You learn through trial and brutal error. Your gear is failing. The sole of your boot has come loose. Your knife is dull, and you don't know how to sharpen it properly. Your backpack has a hole in it. Every item you possess is a priceless relic from a dead civilization. And they are all falling apart. There are no factories to make more. Ammunition is the new gold. Every bullet is a decision. Is that walker worth it? Or can you handle it with a blade? Using a gun means attracting more walkers and wasting a resource that can never be replaced. Gasoline is useless now. It's gone bad, turned to varnish. The cars that litter the highways are just metal coffins. Travel is on foot, or if you're lucky, on a horse or a bicycle. The world has shrunk. A 50-mile journey is a dangerous expedition that takes weeks. You are living in the ruins of a world you don't know how to rebuild. Your modern knowledge is almost entirely useless. You can't code a water pump. You can't use your marketing skills to negotiate with a hostile group. You can't reboot the power grid. You are less equipped to survive in this new world than a peasant from the 14th century. And the hope is the last thing to decay. For years you held on to a sliver of it. Maybe there's a cure. Maybe the government has a safe zone somewhere. Maybe it's all just a nightmare. But the years have ground that hope into dust. This is it. This is the world now, and forever. What are you surviving for? To see another sunrise? To eat another meal of scavenged dog food? To watch someone else you care about die? The psychological toll is immense. The temptation to just stop. To walk into a crowd of them and let it be over. It's always there. A quiet whisper in the back of your mind. Outro. So, how long would you survive? Let's be brutally honest. If you're like most of us, your journey probably would have ended at one of these stages. Maybe in the first day's chaos. Maybe from a simple infection a month in. Maybe at the hands of another survivor a year later. Or maybe, years down the line, from simple despair. Survival in this world isn't about being a hero. It's not about epic gunfights or inspiring speeches. It's about luck. It's about enduring unimaginable hardship, filth, and hunger. It's about making choices that will chip away at your soul until the person you were is unrecognizable. It's about understanding that the walking dead outside are just a symptom of the real disease. The collapse of the fragile systems that hold our world together. This journey into the world of the walking dead shows us that our greatest strengths, our technology, our society, our laws, are also our greatest vulnerabilities. Stripped of them, we are fragile creatures, forced to confront the darkness not just in the world, but within ourselves. What do you think? What overlooked challenge would be the one to get you? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching What If History. If you survived this journey, consider liking and subscribing. Join us next time as we ask, what was life really like for a gladiator in ancient Rome? You think the walkers are bad? Just wait until you face the roar of the Colosseum. Stay safe out there.